What's up, roadies, and welcome back to the road trip. It's me, Tommy Russell Jr., and in today's video, we are wrapping up our Artists You Should Know for Coachella 2023 Saturday edition with the I'm Interested list, okay? The I'm Interested list simply is just I could slide through. I could see what's going on. I could check it out. I've heard their sounds. I did the deep dive, and it just wasn't enough to take me to the must see, but it was enough to be like, I like what they're doing. I like what's going on. I just don't know if I want to sit for a whole set. You know what I mean? If you haven't checked out my other Artists You Should Know videos for Coachella 2023, go ahead and dive into that on my channel, y'all. We've got Friday must-sees and I'm Interested. We got the Saturday must-see already up, and now we have the I'm Interested for Saturday, and the Sundays are coming in the next 2 days. So stay tuned, y'all, because we got a lot of content coming because Coachella is in 2 weeks now. Yeah, Coachella, well, next week, actually, but 2 weeks for me since I'm going weekend too. So I've got a lot planned for y'all. We've got a lot packed into these next 2 weeks, y'all, so that you can be prepared for everything you need for Coachella, especially these artists. All right, Rody, so let's go ahead and jump in at number one in no specific order. We're starting off with Yaeji, okay? Yaeji is a Korean-American artist. She's a DJ, producer, songwriter, singer, lover vibe, y'all. So the first song I heard from her was Passion Fruit, and yeah, you already know. If it got anything to do with Drake, baby, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Just do it justice. And Yaeji absolutely did it justice. It's like a lo-fi version of Passion Fruit. It's her own vocals. It's her own mix. And I really love it. I could totally play that on repeat. No doubt about it. The first EP that I was able to find of hers is called Ep.2 that came out in 2017. And then her first album, to my knowledge, is What We Drew, which came out in 2020. I feel like the album, the vibe is very spacey and vibey. I don't know, spacey and vibey, very transient, very you're just in it and you kind of just coast through it. And there's a lot of sounds and a lot of things, but it all flows, it all works. And I really like that about her. I'd say it's lo-fi also, but not. And I feel like the best example of that lo-fi but not on this album would be a song called Money Can't Buy. I feel like that's the best example where it's this feels lo-fi, but then it lets you know no, this is not lo-fi. I don't know, I just really like Yeji's vibe. I like what she's doing, and if you like what she's doing, I say go ahead and stop by her set. Next up, we got Hiatus Kaiyote. And Hiatus Kaiyote, I was put onto them some years back. I'd say between 2016 and 2018. One of my old friends, she was so into them. She loved them. She put me on to Choose Your Weapon. And at that time, I was not very receptive to that. It wasn't my vibe. I just wasn't in that place. That was during the Cardi B, Migos era. I was turned up. I was looking for that kind of music. City Girls, all of that, So Hiatus Kaiyote was just not on my radar, okay? It didn't really resonate with me. But doing this deep dive, I am in just a different place. I'm open to a lot more different sounds. And so I feel like I was able to receive Hiatus Kaiyote a lot better now. To me, I would almost categorize it as psych neo soul, if I'm being completely honest with you. That's the type of genre I would put it in, psych neo soul. And I have to say, it's the smoothest mix of sound and words. It's so smooth, but I have no idea what is going on, especially when it comes to the lyrics. The lyricism, I'm sure it's mind blowing, and I've read it and I'm just I can't compute. It's two worlds merge into one to bring forth the life within the breath. Be within it all, we all come, like that. And I'm okay, all right. I'm not there. I'm not there, but I get you. I hear you, Nay. I absolutely hear you. And one song that I feel really encompasses that is La Puta. La Puta. That song definitely gives all of that. A mix of sound and words, and it's hella smooth. Love it. Love that song, actually. So I say go check it out if you really want to understand what I'm talking about. The lead singer, Nay, she has a beautiful voice, and an interesting story about her real quick. She survived breast cancer, and so she said her music, she knew it was different. She knew it was a sound that not a lot of people had heard, or it's not the mainstream, right? But her breast cancer had allowed her to be you know what, I don't care. I'm going to make the music that I want to make. And I believe that it's there to help somebody. I believe that people are going to receive this. And so I'm going to make what I feel is, true to me and true to my band. And we're going to do our thing. And it worked. It absolutely worked. And so I respect that a lot. I can feel it in the music. She's a great vocalist. I really I don't know. I just say that sometimes it's a little too deep, maybe, for me. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I'm not there. I'm not there mentally to understand where she is. And so I think that's what kind of throws me off a little bit. And then, like I say, it do be sounds. It be a lot of different sounds, but it's smooth as hell. It's smooth as hell. Like, I could play that in the background. It's definitely giving like study or like just laying out, thinking or meditating to. Like, it's really a vibe for sure. I'm just like not too sure it's my vibe, at least right now, and at least for this Coachella, it's not really my vibe. I will say that the art that they bring is really cool as well. When I watched that NPR, like, there was a man with a squid face. There was like this moth looking thing sitting on a horse carousel thing. Like, it was wild. It was wild. I love that they do give praise to like the ancestral people who walk these lands. Love that. Absolutely. I have to do a deeper dive personally about like what their connection is to indigenous people. But I believe that's who they're speaking of. But yeah, I don't know. Check that out if you want to really understand where I'm at with all of this. But I don't know. I like what they're doing. I love the artistry. I just feel like it's something that could be a good time at Coachella, something new, something great to experience. And if it's something that catches your attention, absolutely go see them. So next up, y'all, we have Snail Mail. And I would say that the genre is like moody pop, indie, alt rock kind of situation. I like it. It's dope. I like what she's doing. She definitely gives me like the awkward girl in high school that made it. She profited off her awkwardness, and I love that for her, okay? Her latest album is called Valentine. She released that in 2021. And yeah, overall, I think it's a cool vibe. She's a great guitarist. Her vocals are cool, but her guitar skills are on point. So if that sounds like something you're interested in and you check it out and you like it, go ahead and go check out Snail Mail. At number 4, we got 070 Shake, y'all. And funny enough, she is Kehlani's ex. I did not know that. If I'm being honest, I had saw her in Kehlani's posts and stuff, but I had thought, no shade to 070 Shake, I thought she was like a backup dancer or something. So I did not know who she was until doing my deep dive and finding out she's Kehlani's ex. So shout out to you. You bagged a good one. I don't know if you fumbled it, but we're here now, and congratulations to the past. But she is on good music. I like her music. I think that it's very like, I don't know, it's very Kanye. It's very Kanye, but maybe it's not Kanye. Maybe Kanye heard it of her and, took it over to him. But either way, you listen to it and you think Kanye. She's worked with him. She's, like I say, a part of good music. Overall, I would say I like the vibe. Her latest album, You Can't Kill Me, is dope. I like Escapism on there. I like Skin and Bones. Skin and Bones is like a really good song. I think that that's a great example of her music all throughout. But I watched her performances and I didn't really think that they were too hot personally. She's huge overseas. I feel like she has like a huge UK presence because, to be honest, I thought she was from the UK, but she's actually from like Jersey. I'm pretty sure she's from Jersey. So that's cool. And so I think that 070 Shake would be great. If you're into Kanye and you love that sound, go ahead and check her out. All right, y'all. Next up, we have Kenny Beats. And Kenny Beats is a producer. He has worked with everybody from JID, Denzel Curry, Rico Nasty, JPEG Mafia, Dominic Fike, Gucci Mane, Smoke DZA, Schoolboy Q, Absol, Young Boy Never Broke Again, Freddie Gibbs, FKA Twigs, Vince Staples, like anybody you could kind of think of, he's worked with and done his thing with. His new album, Louis, is his first solo project, I believe, because a lot of his other albums are just like co-projects, I want to say his latest project was actually with Denzel Curry. So Louis, I believe, is like his own production. And with Louis, it's very much like vibed out, lo-fi. Again, a lot of these producers and DJs, sometimes they be giving lo-fi, and I like lo-fi, no shade at all, but that's just the vibe that I get from him. Now, I will say the cool thing about him is I feel like he pulls from different genres and eras specifically. Like he has a song called Hooper on Louis that very much gives me Outkast, and I want to say it's oh, what song is that? And oh my gosh, I should know it, but I don't, and I don't feel like looking it up. Whereas on the complete opposite, we have a song like Drop 10 that's giving me Jackson 5 vibes, okay? So we're all over the eras, okay? But I like it, and he makes it work. It does sound really dope, and I could see myself sitting in the grass, chilling, and just laid back listening to his stuff. So if you check out his music, if any of this sounds interesting to you, or you like the collabs he's done, or you like the eras that he's kind of dipping into, I say go check out Kenny Beats and see what he's got going for Coachella. All right, y'all. So next up, we got boygenius. And boygenius is comprised of 3 heavy hitters, I believe, in the game. I only know of one of them, but based on what I've researched, the other 2 are just as big, okay? So we got Phoebe Bridgers, who is who I know. Now, Phoebe Bridgers, she has worked with Cudi and SZA. Those are the 2 that I knew of. Then we have Julian Baker, and we have Lucy Dukas, who all apparently do their own thing, but they came together as boygenius to create this like super collaboration group. And apparently they're all 3 amazing songwriters. And so I just checked out their new album that came out yesterday, and it's cool. Again, I'm not necessarily a fan of it, but I like Phoebe Bridgers from what I've heard so far, and I just feel like it's one of those moments where it's like, okay, these heavy hitters in the game, I'd love to just see what they got going. So if that interests you, if any of those names ring a bell, or the vibe, if you listen to it sounds good, I'd say go check it out, because I don't think that you'll be too disappointed. So next up, y'all, we have Labrinth. And Labrinth, I thought I only knew of him because of Euphoria, but come to find out through my deep dive, he was a part of LSD. LSD was a collab album with Labrinth, Sia, and Diplo. LSD, right? And I had listened to it years back, and I thought it was cool. I liked the vibe, but I never really paid attention to Labrinth. I was just like, oh, Diplo and Sia, and then there's another person in there. Cool. But now, obviously, after watching Euphoria and loving Euphoria, I'm very familiar with his work. I would say my favorite songs by him are Mount Everest and Forever. Both of those songs are hugely ingrained in Euphoria. Like, Forever, that song, when I hear it, it just hits to the core. I feel it. Like, I love that song, absolutely. And his music is very, like, dark and ethereal. Nice voice. I do like his voice, at least on the track. I haven't seen any live videos, but on the track it sounds really good. And I'd say the one song that I really think highlights his voice is called The Producer. I think his voice sounds really nice on that song. So if you like Euphoria, you love the music that comes out of Euphoria, absolutely it's easy win for going to see him. But other than just that, like if you just like his vibe, go ahead and check him out. I think it'll probably be a good time. All right, y'all, next up we got Monolink. And when I listen to Monolink, I feel and I hear this liquidy sound. That's the best way I could describe it, is it just gives liquidy. It just seems very fluid and smooth, and like, I don't know, that's the best way I can describe it. A couple songs that I could recommend to you are Don't Hold Back, Return to Oz with Art Bat, and Point of No Return with Adam Port. All good songs. Don't have much to say about Monolink, but I will say like something about it caught my vibe, caught my attention. The liquidy portion of it just made me feel good, so it might make you feel good too. Check the music out, see if you like it, and if you do, go check out Monolink. All right, y'all, at number 9, we got Ethel Cain. And Ethel Cain, I like her voice. Very ethereal, very like moody and dark. Almost like Taylor Swift if she were like depressed, or I don't even want to say depressed, but just with a little more grit. How about that? Taylor Swift with a little more grit. That's what it's giving, okay? She's got that dark ethereal vibe. Definitely from the album cover of her latest album, Preacher's Daughter, it's giving like The Crucible, okay, with a mix of The Conjuring. Okay, that's what it's giving, and I do like it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think her voice sounds really good, and just the music itself gives like a detach from reality. Like that's what Ethel Cain is giving. I like it. I like her. I like what she's got going on. Yeah, I could totally see myself stopping by, because what it reminds me of is when I stumbled upon Caroline Pachorek last year. I was walking by her set, and I was like, "What's that? Who's she?" I like what she's got going on. That's what I feel like I would get from Ethel Cain. So I say go check her out, see what she's got going. You might very well enjoy it. So I say go ahead and tap in. Next up, we got Bakkar. And Bakkar is a UK artist. The first song and only song I really know of him is Hell and Back. And I really like that song. Hell and Back when you found me. Like, I like that song. It's a good one. Can't say that I'm necessarily a fan of the other stuff, but could be somebody that you're interested in. I think that it doesn't hurt to go check him out. Again, I really liked that one song, but I liked it a lot. It was on one of my favorite playlists. So I'd say go check out Bakkar, and maybe if you like other things about him, you go ahead and go stop off and see a set. All right, y'all. Next up, we got the Linda Lindas. And the Linda Lindas, y'all, are straight up the 7th grade girls that just got out of Miss Connor's English class about to go to the garage and let off some steam, okay? That's what they're giving to me, and I think it is so cute, y'all. It is cute, but it's also hard and, like, gritty, but, like, in a very young, teenage, angsty way. It's comprised of 4 girls. The youngest is 11, I believe, now, and the oldest is about 17. Great girl group. The group is comprised of a mix of Asian and Latina young women. They're a rock band. The girls are doing their thing. They're like really dedicated to it. They've been doing this. I mean, they're 11 and 17 now, that range. But I mean, I think they started when the youngest was like 7. Okay, so yeah, they've been doing this little thing for a while, and they're gonna keep going because it's getting bigger and bigger. I think it's fresh. I think it's fun. I think it gives young people something to go check out for sure and be like, okay. Like, I think that it's also motivation and inspiring for young women who want to do that as well, to see younger women their age doing that same thing, or even older people could look and be like, oh my gosh, they're young, but they're doing it. I could do that too. I want to do that too. It's inspirational. I love the girls. They seem really cute and just fun. And I don't mean cute in like a belittling way or like to minimize what they're doing, because they're doing some great things. Hell, they're on the Coachella lineup. So that says enough right there. But I am just saying, like, I don't know. To me, it's like, it's cute and fun. And like, I think that they're doing their thing. And I would totally like to just stop off and see them. Stop by and just see what they got going on, because I think it would be a lot of fun. And so if their music speaks to you, if it's something that you like, if you just like the story behind them, or, you know, who the group is comprised of, I say go check them out and just have a good time. Next up, we got Nia Archives, and not much to say about Nia, but I will say that I like the vibe of one song in particular, but when I did the deep dive, it wasn't all kind of representing that. Okay, so she has this one song called Bayana. I might be butchering this. It's let me read it. Yeah, I think it's Bayana. I don't know, but she has that song, and I thought that was really dope. I really like that song. But then when I dove in deeper, it was just like, oh, this isn't like her sound. That was kind of like a one-off. So I don't know. I'd say check out Conveniency. I think that was also a good song. And Spotify, whoever writes up the bios, they described her music as, let's see, hip hop, soul, jazz, samba, old school, jungle. You know, so whatever that means to you, if that's your vibe, go ahead and check her out. She might be a lot of fun for you. All right, y'all. At number 13, we have Sunset Rollercoaster. Sunset Rollercoaster was actually battling to be in my must-sees and also in my honorable mentions, but I think I had found the answer as to why when I was writing everything out. And I want to say, first of all, love their music. I think that it gives an old school vibe, absolutely gives an old school vibe. And I want to start off by saying I love their stuff. I do absolutely love their stuff, okay? It's very chill, but it's also very like vintage. I definitely for a moment was like, ooh, who are they? Like, what's going on? I did almost for a slight moment, and it's really only because of the production that I thought that they might be people of color or black people specifically. But then I heard the voices and I was like, nah, this ain't black folk. You know, the soul just isn't in their voices the way that I think it needs to be when it comes to the type of music that they're making. So when I was watching their interview with Hype C, the lead singer was talking about where they get their influences from. And 2 of their influences are Shuggie Otis and Gil Scott-Heron. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. Okay, I see what you got going. But also, when he was talking, he said that he was scouring the internet for like vibes and like, where they could find some influences, and that's where they landed. And so I think what kind of removed me a bit was the fact that it did seem more copy paste. It seemed very like, we like this and we're going to do this, And so I can hear that and I can feel that within the music. Whereas I wish that they would have taken those influences but used their roots, because they are a Taiwanese group. So how do you add that Taiwanese flair within that music to not just copy and paste, but show us something new and exciting and fresh? I really do like the sound. Again, I do want to say that I love their sound. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on this list. But I do feel like it's very copy and paste. I'd say some great songs to check out are going to be Coffee's on Me, Passerby, Hyper Focus, Candlelight. Like, those are great songs that I feel like, they do it so well, but it just, again, it's that copy and paste thing that just kind of throws me off a little bit. But I still will say I would love to just go and see them live and just see what they got going on, because the vibe is right. The vibe is nice. So absolutely go ahead and check out Sunset Rollercoaster. So next up we have Drama, and I don't have too much to say about Drama, but I will say the lead singer, Villarosa, I love her voice. Her voice is smooth. It's fly. It's real nice, okay? And then the guy, I should know his name, but I don't. But I think it's like a team where he does the producing and the DJing and all that, and she does all the lead vocals. But I love what they got cooking up over there. Would definitely like to stop by just to get a little groove. A project that I would recommend to you is the Don't Wait Up remixes. Love that project. I think that's a great example of their music. You've Done Enough. That's a good one. I like it. It sounds fun. It sounds good. It sounds invigorating. It sounds like something I can move to. And if it sounds like that to you, go ahead and go check them out at Coachella. All right, y'all. So next up, we got Elyanna. She is a Palestinian Chilean artist, and I love what she has going on, okay? She's giving vocals. Love the vocals, okay? She has this new song called Sokar, and I believe that stands for sugar. I believe. I think I'm right. I'm pretty right. But I love that song. I think that it's really good. I also just love that she's still rooted in her Palestinian roots, okay? She hasn't let that go. She's very much, I don't know, I saw her in her GQ 20 questions, and she just seems very laid back and just comfortable with who she is. I don't know. It's something about her. But she sings, she gives vocals down. And I'm excited to see what else she has cooking up. Sokar is, I want to say, her latest single. Which kind of gives me a little different than her other projects. I like where she's going with Sokar. I think she's really finding a sound with that one, and I would love for her to ride that wave, more of that R&B kind of sense. But again, what I love about it is that she is still using her native tongue. I think that she's incorporating her own culture, and to me, that's what's very interesting. Instead of that copy paste situation, it's like, let me still incorporate my roots, but like I also like these other genres. I also like the pop. I love the R&B. I love what's going on here, but let me add my flair. Let me add my fusion to it, and that's what I really love about her. So I'm excited to just pop on by just to hear some vocals and see what she has going on, and I definitely recommend you go do the same. So next up, y'all, we have BRATTY. And BRATTY excites me, okay? Because BRATTY is the first Mexican artist that I know of within the genre of like bedroom pop, garage surf rock. Like, I've never heard it before. So to hear BRATTY singing in Spanish and like this rock element to it is just really dope to me. It's really fresh. She's 22 years old. I'd say some songs I recommend are Radio, Continental, and then there's one song in Spanish that I can't, I gotta read it, baby. Quédate, I think is Quédate. And that one, I recommend the acoustic version on YouTube, okay? Because the vocals are there. I love the vocals, absolutely. Bratty's one that I might have to go ahead and slide on in real quick and just go see what's going on, because I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving what's going on. And I just think, like, why not? Why not go over there and check it out? Absolutely. So if Bratty is on your radar, or if Bratty sounds cool to you, or if you listen and you're like, I think I want to go check this out, go see Bratty. Absolutely. All right, y'all. So next up we have Colyn. And Colyn, I'm very interested in Colyn because he works with Anima. And y'all know Y'all know I like me some Anima, Tale of Us, okay? So if you working with them, I already know you putting some stuff down, okay? His vibe is definitely giving like dark, deep, but also upbeat. If I was gonna recommend anything to you, I would say check out his hangar set at the Antwerp Grand Central Station in Belgium. Woo! Yeah, that one goes up. I really love the vibe of that, you all. I was like, oh yeah, I might have to step into the spot and see what's going on because I was really feeling the feels in that one. And a song that I would recommend just to listen to, I'd say Oxygen Level Low. Yeah, Oxygen Level Low. We're going through an experience, okay? We're going through an experience on that one. And I absolutely tell you, you got to tap into that. It looks quite enjoyable. So yeah, not much to say about Colyn, but I will say that the vibe is right. And if you're into it, go ahead and slide on through. And wrapping us up at number 18, y'all, we have Scowl. Scowl is a rock, metal, alt band. Not much to say about Scowl, but I will say that I am feeling it. Y'all know I'm kind of hit or miss when it comes to this metal rock, right? And it starts to tiptoe a little bit into screamo when we get into like Bloodhound, that song, which I like actually. So the vibe is right. I'd say also check out Opening Night and Psychic Dance Routine. Great songs as well. Like the videos a lot. The vibe just seems cool. It seems like something to get in my little metal rock bag that I don't really have for Saturday. I wouldn't mind, scurrying on past real quick, seeing what they got going on and, turning up, head banging a little bit and then moving on about my day. But if that is what you're looking for, if that's the vibe you're looking for, I feel like Scowl might be up your alley for sure. So go check them out if you're not already hip to them. And if they are on your radar, I say go for it. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, Rody, so that was a long list, but I hope that this helped you a little bit. I tried to be as quick and concise as possible so that we could keep your attention. And, hopefully this will lead you over to those artists so you can see more about them and get in a little more. Or you already are sold and you're just going to go over there and see what they got going on for today. All right. And like y'all know, the Sunday is coming up in a couple days. I have both the must-sees and the I'm interested. And then we've got some other fun videos for y'all talking about my Lake El Dorado experience in 2017. And then I also have a How to Win Coachella video that's coming out, y'all. You need to know how to win Coachella. You need to know how to have the best experience possible. And it's not just your run-of-the-mill stuff like the sunscreens and the flip-flops and the this and that. No, I'm giving you some real tips that you need to use in order to win Coachella. Because at the end of the day, you want to leave the experience feeling like this was the best time of my life. You want to feel like I really got my money's worth. I really enjoyed all aspects of the festival, from the people to the grounds, to the music, to the food, to everything, the art, everything that Coachella has to offer. So I want you to be able to win Coachella, so I'm going to give you all the tips on that, okay? So until the next video, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Check out everything else. Subscribe, like if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the road trip. Later.